But people buy into you. They join you, not CFX per se. And they will join CFX because of the way you connect with them. So we have all the trainings, we have all the tutorials. There is nothing that is not covered on a video or a PDF or a Word document somewhere. So all you have to do is reach out in your groups to your upline and so on. But I come from a slightly different angle than seasoned business builders like Richard and Brian. My background was spiritual inspiration for people. I was a spiritual teacher for many, many years. But I also delved into money about 4 years ago. I realized that what people need is money to thrive. And the system that we're born into, whether we like it or not, uses money in order for us all to thrive. And that is what I love about CFX. We have people from countries that can't even have a bank account because their governments suppress them so much, and yet they are thriving, these people, and then they're sharing it with their countrymen, and so it unfolds out into all the world. That is my passion. So if you are finding that you're not really moving forward how you want to me, it's all about your passion and your reason why. So first of all, it's about our individual needs, of course, and our families, those that we love the most on the planet, of course. But you need to connect with your passion, and then you need to learn your craft. So it's about learning everything you can about CFX. It's about consistency. It's about getting on those webinars, one a day. Some are only 20 minutes long, but learn your craft and learn to speak it out loud. What I used to do was just walk around my sitting room speaking about CFX out loud until it rolled off my tongue. Yes, I joined in faith, like everybody here joined in faith. None of us knew, but as time went on, we learned to trust the company. We trust the company because everything they say they're going to do, they do. The company is constantly evolving. The company is wealthy, and that's what we want. So I used to talk about that out loud until I was really confident, so that my belly was confident and strong when I was connecting with other people. And that then brought trust between me and the person that I was speaking to. And that is essentially how I've done it. I've done it all through Facebook on my personal timeline from day one. I put it from day one when I joined, 24th of August 2019. I joined with $1,000 contract. In a couple of months, I was an executive, not by selling it, not by setting goals, just by sharing what I knew to be a gold mine. I just knew it. And so I've tried the other systems. Of course I have, because I need to have an opinion to share that with my team. And then I offer my team all of the systems that we've got, and there are 4 essentially. Power Build system that Ray and Richard do and Brian follows. Then we have the Power Team system. We're all members of the Power Team, which is Justin Halliday and Luigi. They have their system. Some people love using the Botsy and the messenger and on the phone. That's a system. If you resonate with that, go for it. If you resonate with the Conversion Pro system, the marketing system in the back office, which is an email system, if you resonate with that, go with it. But find what is easy for you, what is uncomplicated for you, and where you naturally default to. So my default is Facebook, just sharing everything on my timeline. I'm not pushing it. I make posts about the financial system. I make posts about Bitcoin. I make occasional posts about my family, because people need to know that we are people, real people, just like them. We're just like them. And through what we share about ourselves, they get to trust us, and then they start to message us. For me, it's obviously in Facebook Messenger, and I will feel into the tone of what they're asking me, and I'll always answer, always, if it's right in front of me and if I've seen their question. I will never not answer someone, but I will not entertain people who try to convince me that it's a scam or a Ponzi scheme or anything like that. My immediate and only answer is, you do not know what you are talking about. And that's the end of the conversation. And I have found that several of them come back to me because they're still watching me. Remember, they're watching everything I post. And trust me, they are. They're watching everything I post. And some have come back after a year and they've joined CFX, even though in the early days they were trying to convince me it was a scam and a Ponzi scheme. And that will happen to all of you. And that's why I say be really, really confident on what you know about CashFX to be true. What you've experienced, that means, not what you've heard me say necessarily, or Richard or Brian, but what you know from your own experience, i.e. that you get paid every week, that there's never been a time when you haven't been paid, that CFX deliver what they say they will, and it's a very wealthy company. And that is important, that our CEOs have wealth behind them. So really research all of that. What we've got to do is watch the videos that Richard's done, that I've done, and become confident. Become confident in the big numbers, the money numbers. Don't be scared of huge numbers, because many people are, and it gives them a, your guts go over and you think, I can't handle this. Well, just take it one piece at a time. If you can't handle getting, like, say, let's just say $70,000 a month, if that kind of world, if you're comfortable with it or not, then just sit back and think, what am I comfortable with? Am I comfortable with receiving $20,000 a month? Ooh, that's still a bit big. Go back a little step further. Am I comfortable with 10,000? Because our head will tell us a lot of things like, yeah, but our body will tell us something different. And it is what is going on in your body that sends that message to whoever you're talking to, and they will pick up on that doubt and that fear. So what I used to do many years ago now was, I wasn't comfortable even getting like 5,000, in my case, pounds, a month, that going back years. And I just think, why is that? That is so silly. And I just used to speak it out loud until I was comfortable, until I had no reaction in my belly about that. And then I moved on. I'm comfortable with 20,000. Yes, I am, all the way through my body. And now I'm comfortable with 100,000. Yes, I am. And I'm soon going to be comfortable with, I'm happy, I'm very, very comfortable in myself with $1 million. So get comfortable with the big numbers. Practice it, talk it out loud. And if you come across people that say to you, I don't want £1 million, there must be something wrong with them. This world with millions, billions of people needs money. We need money. And I bang on about it all the time, because we cannot look to governments, we cannot look to social services, and by golly, we cannot look to family members to prop us up, to be an independent, autonomous, sovereign being. Each of us, men and women alike, need our own income, our own finances. And then you find you get stronger and stronger and stronger with it all. So that's the way that I come towards CFX and sharing it. So I'm talking like this to people, and then I say to them, let's stop talking about your problems. We have the solution in CFX. And I actually was having my hair done last week and was talking to the hairdresser about it all, and all kind of comes out in a general conversation. I don't sit in the chair and start saying, "Oh, I'm in CFX, I'm a forex trader." You kind of have a conversation with people, and she was saying to me how hard it is being a self-employed business person with COVID and so on, and she looked really tired. And so that comes on and said, "Do you know there's solutions around it?" And she went on for about half an hour about her problems, and I just said, "Stop. There is a solution. Today, you can make a choice about your financial situation, because I'm going to give you a solution. And then the choice will be yours." And so I just give a very brief introduction to forex trading. And I mentioned that it's recession proof and it's just buying and selling money, which every country in the world does. And then I just finish the conversation there, and I just say, "Give me your email, I'll send you some information." And then I'll connect with her again, or anyone. So that's how I'm connecting. But I won't spend time listening to people's problems, their financial problems, because we've got a solution. So there's no need to. And I love that famous quote by Einstein: "You cannot solve a problem from the same place you created it. You've got to rise up to the solution." And, my goodness me, we have got the solution. So 15 months ago, I started with $1,000. I think it was in February that I got to the 100,000 contract. I don't know, it might have been April. Everything happens so fast, doesn't it, with all of this? And I just renewed my 100K contract on the 1st of December. So that was a red letter day for me. But it's not just for Hazel, it's not just for Richard or Brian, it's for every one of you. Remember, I didn't put any more money in after my $1,000 contract was paid for. I just shared it. Currently, I think I've got about 1,300 people in my team, which has just grown organically. Every week, another, let's say, 50 people join. That's through my team, that's organic. I put most of my people front line, so I've got about 72 people front line, but that doesn't mean that I don't help my team, because I do. I take time out to work with them, to help them, and so on. But I put everyone front line to me. And I know, like traditional business builders, let me say that, because I joined 15 months ago. I wasn't a business builder, I wasn't into networking or MLM, but I've become this businesswoman with a different angle at sharing it and building and so on. And people like Richard, of course, my sponsor, lovely man, I love him dearly. We used to talk a lot more than we do now, because I used to have to learn a lot, and I was forever asking him questions. If someone asked me something, I'd get on Messenger, "Richard, how do I answer this?" And bless his heart, within a few minutes he'd answered me. And then I would say to him, "Can you get on a call with this person or that person?" And I think that went on for a few months, and now I barely reach out to him, because I've learned my craft. I've got all the answers within me. And if people need to speak to someone more seasoned, because they believe that they need someone closer to corporate, let's just say that, then Richard will jump on a call as well. But that's just a mindset from the people that think that the likes of you and me here, everyone listening, don't know our craft, okay? But if you are confident, that will come to you as well. So learn that. So Richard helped me a lot in the beginning, of course he did. But I showed that I was learning too. It wasn't just me going to Richard for every single question. I would say to him, "Well, I've done this, I've done that, I've watched this." So, you have to do it. You have to do it. Makes sense, everybody? We all know that, but some people have this mindset, "Oh, I can just send a quick message to Hazel. She knows exactly where she can put her finger on that file." But as Waska would say, that's not you being a leader. That's not you researching that file. Where are all these videos? You know, don't keep going to your upline for these answers to things that you can find yourself. Be a leader. And our CEO, Waska, to him, that means be on time, show up, take instruction from your upline or from Waska himself, and do what is asked. And what I mean by that is when you jump on a call with Waska, he will say, okay, I want you to change your name on Zoom. I want you to put your username there and your rank. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people on the leadership calls that don't do that. You know, and he takes note of that. I take note of that. And Richard takes note of that. So if you're becoming this business person, because you all are, and entrepreneurs, otherwise you wouldn't be here, please seek out the answers that you can. And then when you can't, come to either Richard, Brian, me, your upline. That's a leader. That's a leader taking charge. And, you know, we've got people like me, you know, I won't be far away from 70, and we've got 80-year-olds now becoming executives. We've got people who are destitute on the street, you know, really making big money now because they took it all on board and took responsibility for their business. We've got a gold mine here, guys. We've got a gold mine here. And then people move on to, you know, the shiny objects. They don't stay steadfast. They don't stay consistent. Now, for me, 15 months to have built what's been built from me with CFX is a very, very short space of time. Extremely short space of time. So, you know, take that time, take a year, and you'll be in a much different place. I know in my heart that in 2021, each one of you listening here that really listens and hears what we're saying, you're all going to be millionaires. All of you. All right, let's note that. Christmas 2021, you see where you are then. You're going to be amazed at the journey and the steps that you will take, because it happens fast. The more consistent you are, the more momentum kicks in. And momentum is to action like compounding is to money. The more money you've got, the more it compounds. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you get, the more inspiration you get, and the more people respond to you. So just be confident, get that confidence, and get your passion ignited. If you find you're getting a bit low, you know, like life affects us all, just recommit to your commitment to yourself. You are so important. You are so important. So recommit to your commitment if you find yourself flagging. You know, on those days that you will flag. But I tell you what, as you're more consistent, the more momentum you have, the more money you see going into your bank account, the more freedom you have, you won't have those low days. I'll tell you that now. So that's, yeah.
Fantastic, Hazel. Thank you very, very much indeed.